Money is not meant to sit idle, locked away in the dark corners of your wallet or buried deep in your savings account. It is energy, living, breathing energy that needs to move. Like the oxygen in your lungs or the blood in your veins, it must circulate in order to live and thrive. The law of circulation teaches us that wealth is not static. It is dynamic, a constant flow that moves between people, places, and purposes. It is a force that multiplies when given the chance to circulate freely. The law of circulation is as simple as this: what you give is what you receive. It is not just about giving money, it is about giving of yourself, your time, your energy, and your love. When you allow money to flow freely through your hands, you are opening yourself to receive even more in return. But when you hoard money, clinging to it in fear, you block the flow. You restrict the divine circulation that would otherwise bring more abundance into your life. This is where the contrast begins. Hoarding money creates stagnation. It creates a sense of scarcity, even when you may have more than enough. But freely circulating wealth creates abundance. It opens doors to new opportunities, new connections, and new flows of money. Consider the story of a woman named Sarah. Sarah, like many, had always lived with a fear of lack. Despite having a stable job and a comfortable home, she always felt the tension of financial insecurity. She saved money, hoarded it, and made every attempt to hold on tightly, convinced that every dollar was a treasure she couldn't afford to let go of. Yet, no matter how hard she worked, no matter how much she saved, she always felt like she was just scraping by. One day, Sarah came across a teaching by Florence Scovel Shinn. It was about the law of circulation. Shinn spoke of the importance of giving, of circulating wealth freely, and how this would always lead to receiving in abundance. The idea seemed radical to Sarah, but something in her heart clicked. She decided to try it. She began to give, small amounts at first. She donated to a local charity, bought a meal for a homeless person, gave money to a friend who was struggling. She did not keep track of what she gave, nor did she give out of obligation. She gave with joy, knowing that she was releasing energy into the world, allowing it to circulate and return to her. What happened next was extraordinary. The more Sarah gave, the more opportunities began to open up for her. She got a promotion at work. She received unexpected gifts from family and friends, and her financial situation began to improve in ways she couldn't have predicted. Her fear of lack disappeared, replaced by a sense of peace and abundance. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of circulation. She learned that when you give freely, with an open heart, you align yourself with the divine flow of prosperity. What you give returns to you multiplied, because the universe is never out of supply. There is always more. When you hold back, when you fear that there won't be enough, you are telling the universe that you don't trust its abundance. But when you trust and circulate, you invite that same abundance into your life. This law works on all levels, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and physically. When you give love, love comes back to you. When you give your time, time becomes abundant. When you give your energy, it returns multiplied. It is all interconnected. Money is simply a tool that represents energy, and as we give and receive, we participate in the ever-expanding circle of life. So, ask yourself, how am I circulating my wealth? Are you holding on too tightly to your money, afraid that there won't be enough to go around? Or are you freely giving, trusting that the universe will always return to you what you have given? The law of circulation teaches us that when we let go of the fear of lack, and when we choose to give freely, we invite greater wealth into our lives. Take a moment now to reflect on this. Think about the last time you gave something, whether it was money, time, or love. Did you give freely without hesitation? Or were you holding back, afraid of running out? Notice the energy behind your actions. If you've been holding back, now is the time to release. If you've been giving freely, know that your rewards are on their way. Here's the affirmation you can carry with you. I circulate wealth freely, and it returns multiplied. Repeat this affirmation whenever you feel fear or hesitation around money. Allow it to anchor you in the truth that wealth is meant to circulate, and as you give, you will receive in ways you can't even imagine. The more you give, the more the universe can flow back to you, bringing new opportunities, new blessings, and new abundance into your life. I challenge you today to begin circulating your wealth, whether it's through a charitable donation, a gift for a friend, or simply paying for someone's coffee. Give, and do it with joy. You will be amazed at how quickly the energy begins to shift. The law of circulation will work in your favor, opening doors you never even knew existed. And so, I invite you to take action right now. Type "I circulate wealth" in the comments below to affirm your commitment to circulating abundance. Let this be the first step toward aligning yourself with the divine flow of prosperity. Trust that what you give will always return to you multiplied. When you begin to give freely, without fear or hesitation, you will start to see the power of the law of circulation working in your life. The more you circulate, the more the universe can bless you. The flow of wealth, prosperity, and opportunity will become an unstoppable force in your life. The universe is abundant. There is no shortage of wealth, no lack of opportunity, no scarcity of resources. The law of supply teaches us that the supply of money, opportunities, and resources is limitless, constantly flowing from the divine to all who are open to receive. Yet, so many people live in a state of scarcity, believing that there's never enough to go around. They hold on to their money tightly, afraid to spend or share it, because they believe that it will run out. But the truth is, the supply of wealth is as infinite as the stars in the sky. There is always more. Scarcity is a mindset, not a reality. It is the belief that there is not enough to go around, that others will take what is yours, and that you must fight for every dollar. Abundance, on the other hand, is a mindset that recognizes that wealth flows freely, and the universe is always providing. The shift from scarcity to abundance is the key to unlocking your prosperity. When you believe in the infinite supply of the universe, you open yourself to receiving wealth in ways that you could never have imagined. The challenge is that most of us are conditioned to believe in scarcity. From a young age, we are taught to be cautious with money, to save it, to hoard it, and to never spend more than we earn. We are told to prepare for the worst, to expect that resources will run out, and to live within our means. While these lessons are meant to help us be responsible, they can also create fear and a sense of limitation. The more we focus on what we don't have, the more we attract lack. The more we believe that money is scarce, the more we experience scarcity in our lives. But the law of supply reminds us that the universe is always providing. It is a law of nature, just like the sun rising every morning or the tides coming in and out. It's constant, unwavering, and ever-present. The universe is always creating, always expanding, always giving, and it is our job to align ourselves with this flow, to remove the blocks that prevent us from receiving. One of the most powerful ways to shift from scarcity to abundance is through the act of affirming the divine supply that is available to us. When we affirm that the universe is constantly providing, we break free from the limiting beliefs of scarcity. We remind ourselves that the supply of wealth is infinite, and we are worthy of receiving it. The affirmation "divine supply is everywhere, and I am an open channel for it" is a reminder that wealth is not something we have to chase or fight for. It is already here, flowing freely. We are simply channels for it, and when we open ourselves to receive, it flows effortlessly into our lives. Let me tell you a story of someone who shifted from scarcity to abundance. This is the story of Michael, a man who had spent most of his life living in fear of financial ruin. He had grown up with the belief that money was hard to come by, and that he had to work tirelessly to make ends meet. No matter how much effort he put into his career, he never seemed to get ahead. He always felt like there was never enough. One day, While reading a book by Florence Scovel Shinn, Michael came across the concept of the law of supply. He realized that his constant focus on lack and limitation was the very thing that was keeping him from receiving the abundance that was rightfully his. He understood that if he didn't shift his mindset, he would continue to live in a cycle of scarcity. Michael decided to make a change. He began to affirm that divine supply is everywhere, and I am an open channel for it. At first, it felt unnatural. He wasn't used to thinking in terms of abundance, but he persisted. He repeated the affirmation daily, reminding himself that there was always enough, that the universe was always providing, and that he was worthy of receiving. Over time, Michael began to notice shifts in his life. He stopped worrying about money so much. Instead of feeling anxious and fearful about the future, he started to take inspired action, trusting that the universe would provide. His career began to flourish in ways he had never expected. Opportunities came his way that he had previously thought were out of reach. He received unexpected bonuses and promotions, and his financial situation improved dramatically. Michael's story is a testament to the power of the law of supply. When he shifted from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, the universe responded in kind. He stopped focusing on what he didn't have and started focusing on the infinite supply that was already available to him. By affirming the constant flow of divine supply, he aligned himself with the abundant energy of the universe, and the wealth he desired came to him effortlessly. Now, you might be wondering, how can you make this shift in your own life? How can you begin to move from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith? The answer lies in your mindset and your ability to align with the flow of the universe. Here are a few practical steps to help you shift your mindset. Affirm abundance daily. Start each day by affirming that divine supply is everywhere. Say to yourself, divine supply is everywhere, and I am an open channel for it. The more you say it, the more you will believe it, and the more you will see the results in your life. Release fear and doubt. When you catch yourself worrying about money, stop and remind yourself that the universe is abundant. Trust that what you need will always be provided at the right time. Take inspired action. The law of supply is not about waiting for things to magically appear. It's about taking inspired action. Trust that when you act with faith and confidence, the universe will support you in ways you can't even imagine. Practice gratitude. The more you express gratitude for the wealth you already have, the more the universe will bring you. Gratitude opens the floodgates of abundance. Share your wealth. The more you give, the more you will receive. Whether it's your time, your money, or your energy, circulation is key to the flow of abundance. Now take a moment to reflect on your current relationship with money. Are you living in a mindset of scarcity, believing that there's never enough? Or are you open to the infinite supply that the universe is constantly providing? The shift from scarcity to abundance is one of the most powerful changes you can make in your life. I invite you to say it out loud right now. Divine supply is everywhere. Feel the energy of abundance flow into your being. Allow the universe to remind you that there is no lack. There is only an infinite, ever-flowing supply waiting for you to receive. As you begin to shift your mindset and affirm the law of supply, you will begin to see changes in your life. Money will flow more freely to you. Opportunities will appear out of nowhere. You will start to experience the abundance that has always been available to you. The universe is constantly providing. Are you ready to receive it? Remember, divine supply is everywhere, and I am an open channel for it. Say it again, believe it, and watch as your life transforms. Expectation is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. What you expect, you attract. It's as simple as that. The law of expectancy teaches us that when we expect wealth to come to us, when we anticipate abundance, we align ourselves with the flow of the universe. Expectation is faith in action. It is a demonstration of your belief that the universe will provide for you. When you expect prosperity, you are not just wishing for it, you are affirming it, you are opening yourself to receive it, and you are attracting it with your every thought, word, and action. Many people fail to realize the power of their expectations. They may desire wealth and abundance, but their deep-seated belief is that money is scarce or hard to come by. They hope for a breakthrough, but don't truly expect it, and because they don't expect it, they don't receive it. It's as though they are putting out a signal to the universe that says, "I hope this works out," instead of saying, "I know this is already happening for me." The universe is always responding to your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. If you are uncertain, if you doubt that you can achieve financial success, then the universe matches that energy. Doubt is a signal of resistance, a signal that you are not in alignment with the flow of abundance. On the other hand, unwavering faith and high expectation align you with the very things you desire. When you expect wealth, the universe will bring it to you, often in unexpected and miraculous ways. It is important to recognize that expectation is not just about hoping for something. It is about knowing it is coming. Expectation is the opposite of doubt. It is the belief that what you desire is already on its way to you, even if you cannot see it yet. This is where many people fall short. They expect things to happen only if they can see clear evidence of their manifestation. But expectation is rooted in faith, and faith does not require evidence. Faith knows that everything is always working in your favor, even when it doesn't seem like it. Consider the story of Jenny, a woman who spent years struggling with her finances. She had always worked hard, but no matter how much effort she put in, her financial situation never seemed to improve. She would constantly find herself falling short, barely making ends meet, and feeling overwhelmed with worry. Jenny had a deep desire to be financially free, but she did not truly believe that it was possible for her. She was trapped in a cycle of doubt. One day, Jenny came across a teaching on the law of expectancy, and something clicked. She realized that her lack of expectation was the very thing keeping her stuck. She understood that if she truly wanted to manifest wealth, she needed to expect it, not hope for it, but expect it with the same certainty that the sun rises each day. Jenny decided to make a change. She began to affirm, "I expect unlimited abundance to flow into my life right now." Every day she said this affirmation out loud, with conviction. She visualized herself living a life of abundance, of financial freedom, and she truly began to believe that it was possible. At first, it was difficult. Doubt still crept in, but Jenny pushed through it. She refused to let doubt take root. She continued to expect that wealth was on its way to her. Within a few weeks, Jenny noticed subtle shifts. She received unexpected opportunities at work. She was offered a freelance project that paid more than she ever thought possible, and she began to feel more confident and positive about her financial future. The more she expected abundance, the more it flowed into her life. Money started to come to her in unexpected ways, through bonuses, through gifts, and through new streams of income. Her life began to change, all because she made the decision to expect rather than doubt. Jenny's story is a powerful example of how the law of expectancy works. When you expect wealth, when you expect abundance, the universe has no choice but to deliver it to you. This is how the law of attraction works. What you expect, you attract. But the key is to not just hope for it or wish for it, you must expect it with certainty and faith. Let's contrast this with the mindset of doubt. Imagine someone who wants to manifest financial freedom but continuously doubts that it will ever happen. They hope for the best, but deep down they fear it won't come. They tell themselves, "I'll never be able to afford that," or "it's just not in the cards for me." This mindset of doubt pushes the very thing they want away. Doubt is a subtle but powerful form of resistance. It creates a wall between you and your desires, preventing them from manifesting. Doubt is like planting seeds of scarcity. It tells the universe, I don't trust you, or I don't believe that I deserve this. On the other hand, unwavering expectation is like planting seeds of abundance. It says, I trust that this is already on its way, and I am worthy of receiving this. The law of expectancy requires you to release all doubt and to hold the unwavering belief that your desires are already on their way. So, what can you do to begin expecting wealth? First, start by acknowledging that you are worthy of abundance. The universe does not withhold prosperity from anyone. It is available to all. Your expectations are what shape your reality. If you expect wealth, then you are signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive it. Second, use the power of affirmations. Every day, say aloud, I expect unlimited abundance to flow into my life right now. Feel the energy of this affirmation, believe it in your heart, and trust that the universe is responding to your expectation. Third, take inspired action. Expectation doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to fall into your lap. It means aligning yourself with the energy of abundance by taking action toward your goals, trusting that the universe will meet you halfway. Finally, practice gratitude. When you are grateful for what you already have, you are telling the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude is a magnet for abundance. I challenge you today to repeat this affirmation for the next 7 days. I expect unlimited abundance to flow into my life right now. As you say it, feel the truth of it deep in your soul. Expect great things to happen in your life. Watch as the universe begins to respond, and watch as your life shifts in ways you never thought possible. You have the power to attract wealth simply by expecting it. Expectation is faith in action. It is the key to unlocking the flow of abundance. So, say it again. I expect unlimited abundance to flow into my life right now. Challenge yourself. Repeat this affirmation for 7 days, and watch what happens. You are the creator of your reality, and with unwavering faith and expectation, wealth will come to you. The universe is waiting to respond to your belief. Are you ready to expect it? Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to abundance. It is a powerful force that transforms your life and opens you up to a greater flow of wealth, prosperity, and blessings. When you cultivate a heart full of gratitude, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. The more grateful you are for what you have, the more the universe responds by bringing you even more to be thankful for. Gratitude is not only an act of acknowledgement, it is a vibration that attracts more of what you desire. It is important to understand that the law of gratitude is not just about saying thank you when things are good. It is about recognizing the abundance in your life, even in the midst of challenges. Gratitude is an attitude, a way of being, a practice that must be cultivated daily. It is the vibration of appreciation, of valuing what you already have, and in turn, inviting more of that energy into your life. When you are grateful, you open yourself to receiving. When you are ungrateful, you close off the flow of abundance. The universe operates on the principle of giving and receiving. When you express gratitude, you are sending out a signal to the universe that you are thankful for what you have, and that you are open to receiving more. This is why gratitude is such a powerful tool for manifesting wealth. When you are grateful for the money, the opportunities, and the blessings you already have, the universe responds by sending more of these things your way. Gratitude is a magnet for abundance. Contrast this with the energy of ingratitude. When you focus on what you lack, when you complain about your financial situation, or when you constantly wish for more, you are sending out a vibration of lack. This blocks the flow of wealth and prosperity. Ingratitude tells the universe that you do not appreciate what you already have, and as a result, it becomes more difficult for you to attract more. The law of gratitude teaches us that what you appreciate, the more you appreciate your current blessings, the more blessings the universe will send your way. Let me share a story with you. A story of how gratitude transformed one person's life and financial situation. This is the story of Rachel, a woman who had struggled for years with debt and financial insecurity. Despite her best efforts, she could never seem to get ahead. She was working 2 jobs, cutting back on expenses, and doing everything she could to make ends meet, but the money never seemed to be enough. Rachel lived in a state of constant worry and anxiety about her financial future. One day, while reading a book on the law of gratitude, Rachel came across a powerful concept. She realized that her constant focus on her lack was the very thing keeping her stuck. She understood that in order to break free from this cycle, she needed to shift her mindset. She needed to start focusing on the abundance that was already present in her life, no matter how small it seemed. Rachel decided to make a change. She began a daily practice of gratitude. Each morning she would write down 10 things she was grateful for, no matter how simple they were. Some days it was as simple as being grateful for a hot cup of coffee, a roof over her head, or the ability to pay her bills. She focused on the positive aspects of her life and made a conscious effort to appreciate what she had, rather than focusing on what she didn't. At first, the shift was subtle. But over time, Rachel noticed profound changes in her life. Her stress about money began to dissipate. She started to feel a sense of peace and contentment, even in the midst of her financial struggles. The more grateful she became, the more opportunities began to appear. She was offered a raise at one of her jobs. She received unexpected bonuses, and she started finding creative ways to save money and reduce her debt. Rachel's financial situation improved dramatically, and it all started with a simple shift in her attitude, choosing to focus on gratitude rather than lack. Rachel's story is a powerful reminder of the transformative power of gratitude. When you express gratitude for the wealth you have, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. The universe responds to this energy by bringing more wealth and opportunities into your life. But it is not just about expressing gratitude for the big things. It is about appreciating the little things, the everyday blessings that you may overlook. When you appreciate the small moments of joy, the simple pleasures, and the blessings in your life, you open yourself to receiving more. This is the essence of the law of gratitude. The more grateful you are, the more you attract. When you are thankful for what you have, the universe will send you more of the same. The more you focus on the abundance that surrounds you, the more you will find it. This is how the law of gratitude works. It is a feedback loop that amplifies whatever you focus on. If you focus on lack, you will receive more lack. But if you focus on gratitude, you will receive more abundance. To begin practicing the law of gratitude, start by taking a moment each day to reflect on what you are thankful for. It can be as simple as being grateful for your health, your home, your relationships, or your ability to earn an income. The key is to recognize and appreciate the wealth you already have, and to express that appreciation from a place of genuine gratitude. One of the most powerful ways to reinforce your gratitude is through affirmations. Every day, say to yourself, "I am grateful for the wealth I have, and more is coming." As you repeat this affirmation, feel the energy of gratitude flood your body. Visualize your life filled with abundance, and allow yourself to feel the joy and excitement of receiving even more. The more you affirm your gratitude, the more you will attract. Gratitude also opens up your heart. It allows you to release any negative emotions, such as fear or resentment, that may be blocking the flow of abundance. When you are grateful, you shift your focus from what you don't have to what you do have, and in doing so, you create space for even more to come into your life. The energy of gratitude clears away the blocks to receiving and opens up the floodgates of abundance. I invite you now to write, "I am grateful for my abundance" in the comments below, and begin to open the floodgates of more. As you affirm your gratitude, you will feel the energy shift within you, and you will begin to see the universe respond by bringing even more wealth and blessings into your life. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to abundance, so express it freely and watch your life transform. Remember, the law of gratitude works in both big and small ways. The more you appreciate what you already have, the more the universe will provide. Say it again, I am grateful for the wealth I have, and more is coming. With each repetition, you are amplifying your abundance and opening yourself to receiving more. Write it down, say it out loud, and feel the energy of gratitude flow through you. The universe is ready to respond to your gratitude, and more wealth is on its way to you. Keep your heart open and let the flow of abundance pour into your life. The universe is always working in perfect order. Every star in the sky, every element in nature, and every moment of your life is part of a divine, unshakable order. This order is not random, chaotic, or left to chance. It is a universal principle that governs everything. When we align ourselves with this divine order, wealth and prosperity naturally flow to us. The law of divine order teaches us that there is a greater plan for our lives, and when we trust in this plan and align ourselves with it, we experience ease, abundance, and harmony in all aspects of life, including our finances. When we are out of alignment with the divine order, we experience chaos. Financial chaos, in particular, is a result of straying from the principles that guide our prosperity. It manifests as financial struggle, stress, and confusion about money. We may work hard, but we feel like we are getting nowhere. We may try to save, but we still can't make ends meet. This chaos is a sign that we are not trusting in the perfect order of the universe. It is a result of our fears, doubts, and resistance to the divine flow of abundance. The law of divine order teaches us that everything has a time, a place, and a purpose. Just as the sun rises and sets at exactly the right time, so too does your financial prosperity come to you at the perfect moment when you are aligned with the divine plan. Financial prosperity is not about struggle or forcing things to happen. It is about trusting in the divine timing and order of the universe. When you let go of the need to control and force, you make space for divine order to take over, and wealth will flow to you effortlessly. But what happens when we are out of alignment with this order? Chaos is the result. When we try to force things to happen, when we act from fear, doubt, or impatience, we disrupt the flow of the universe. Financial chaos can appear as unexpected bills, job loss, or a sense of never having enough, even when you are working hard. This chaos is often a sign that we are resisting the flow of divine order, trying to push things to work in our own timing rather than trusting that everything is happening as it should. When you align with divine order, however, everything shifts. Instead of feeling like you are swimming against the current, you begin to move with it. You trust that every step you take is part of the greater plan. You feel at peace with your finances, knowing that you are in the right place at the right time. Divine order is the foundation of financial success. It's the underlying principle that ensures your efforts are not in vain, and that everything falls into place as it should. The more you align with divine order, the more you experience peace, clarity, and abundance in your financial life. Let me share a story of someone who experienced a profound shift by aligning with divine order. This is the story of David, a man who had spent years struggling with his finances. David was always working hard, putting in long hours, and trying to save every penny. But no matter how hard he worked, it never seemed to be enough. He constantly found himself in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, and feeling overwhelmed by financial stress. David didn't understand why he couldn't break free from this cycle. It seemed like no matter what he did, he was always in financial chaos. One day, David came across a teaching on the law of divine order. He realized that his constant struggle with money was a result of his lack of trust in the universe's timing and plan for his life. David had been trying to force things to happen, pushing himself to work harder and make more money, but he had never considered that his financial struggles might be a sign that he was out of alignment with divine order. David decided to make a change. He began practicing the law of divine order by releasing his need to control everything. Instead of worrying about how he was going to pay his bills or save money, he focused on trusting that everything was unfolding in perfect order. He affirmed daily, "My finances are in divine order, and everything is working out perfectly." He trusted that his path was unfolding exactly as it should, and that the universe was always providing for him, even if he couldn't see it in the moment. Over time, David began to notice shifts. He received unexpected opportunities to earn extra income. He found ways to cut costs and pay off debt without feeling overwhelmed. His financial situation started to improve, and for the first time in years, David felt at peace. He no longer felt like he was struggling against the current. He was moving with it. His trust in the divine order of his life had created space for abundance to flow in. David's story illustrates the power of aligning with divine order. When we release the need to control and trust in the perfect timing of the universe, we open ourselves to receiving what is rightfully ours. Financial chaos disappears, and we begin to experience peace, clarity, and prosperity. So, how can you align with divine order in your own life? Here are some practical steps to help you embrace this law. Trust the timing of the universe. Understand that everything happens in divine timing. When you stop trying to control every aspect of your financial life, you open yourself to receiving. Trust that the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances will show up at exactly the right time. Let go of resistance. When you feel anxious, fearful, or impatient about money, take a deep breath and release that resistance. Trust that the universe is always working on your behalf, even when things don't look the way you expect them to. Let go of the need to control the how and the when. Align with your higher purpose. Your financial prosperity is connected to your greater purpose in life. When you align your financial goals with your higher purpose and trust that your path is unfolding as it should, you create harmony in your life, and the flow of abundance follows. Affirm divine order. Use the affirmation, "My finances are in divine order, and everything is working out perfectly," to remind yourself that all is well. Say it daily with conviction, and feel the peace and trust that comes with it. The more you affirm this truth, the more you will see it manifest in your life. Take inspired action. Alignment with divine order does not mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means taking inspired, aligned action toward your financial goals, while trusting that the universe will support you every step of the way. Act with confidence, knowing that you are in divine order. Now, I invite you to repeat the affirmation, "I align with divine order," and feel the peace and abundance that comes with it. Trust that everything is falling into place, that your financial life is unfolding perfectly, and that wealth is flowing to you effortlessly. When you align with divine order, your financial life will no longer feel chaotic. It will be a peaceful, harmonious flow, and you will experience the prosperity you deserve. Remember, the universe is always working in perfect order. Align with this order, trust in its timing, and watch as abundance flows effortlessly into your life. The law of mentalism is one of the most powerful principles governing the universe. It teaches us that everything begins as a thought. Your financial reality, your prosperity, your wealth, everything you see in your life is a direct reflection of the thoughts you think. This law tells us that the mind is the foundation of all creation. If you want to change your financial situation, you must first change your thoughts. Your thoughts are the blueprint for your reality. When you choose thoughts of abundance, you attract abundance into your life. When you focus on lack, you attract more lack. The law of mentalism emphasizes that your mind is the creator of your circumstances, and when you change your thinking, you change your life. Many of us live in a world where negative thinking about money is prevalent. We think thoughts like, "I'll never have enough," or "money is hard to come by," or "there's never enough to go around." These thoughts are powerful. They are not just idle musings. They are the seeds that create the circumstances of our lives. When you constantly focus on lack, scarcity, and financial struggle, you are attracting more of the same into your experience. Your mind creates your financial reality, and if you are thinking negatively about money, you are blocking the very flow of abundance that the universe is trying to send your way. The good news is, once you understand the power of your mind, you can change your financial reality. The law of mentalism gives you the keys to unlock wealth by changing the way you think. It is a simple but profound truth. When you think thoughts of abundance, you attract abundance. When you change your mindset, your financial reality begins to shift. This is the law of mentalism in action. The process of shifting your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance requires awareness and effort. It starts with noticing your thoughts about money. Are they filled with fear and doubt, or are they filled with faith and expectation? The first step in using the law of mentalism to attract wealth is to become aware of the thoughts that are holding you back. Once you become aware of these limiting beliefs, you can begin to replace them with thoughts that support your financial success. It is important to understand that your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They are powerful vibrations that send out signals to the universe. Your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions shape your actions. When you think negatively about money, you feel fear, anxiety, or frustration. These emotions lead to actions or inaction that block the flow of wealth into your life. On the other hand, when you think positively about money, you feel confident, grateful, and excited. These positive emotions lead to inspired actions that attract wealth and opportunity. Consider the story of Sarah, a woman who had struggled for years with her finances. Sarah had always believed that money was difficult to come by, and she lived in a constant state of worry about her financial future. She was working hard, but no matter how much effort she put in, she never seemed to get ahead. She was constantly stressed, feeling like there was never enough money, and she couldn't see a way out of her financial situation. One day, Sarah came across a teaching about the law of mentalism. She realized that her constant focus on lack and scarcity was the very thing keeping her stuck. Sarah understood that her thoughts about money were not serving her. They were creating the financial struggle she was experiencing. She decided to make a change. She began to consciously shift her thoughts from lack to abundance. Instead of focusing on what she didn't have, she started thinking about the wealth and opportunities that were already available to her. She started to affirm, "I choose thoughts of abundance, and they create my prosperous life." At first, it wasn't easy. Sarah had spent years thinking negatively about money, and old habits were hard to break. But every time she caught herself thinking a thought of scarcity or lack, she replaced it with a thought of abundance. She began to visualize herself living a life of financial freedom, seeing herself as someone who easily attracted wealth. She affirmed her new beliefs daily, and over time, her mindset began to shift. As Sarah's thoughts changed, so did her financial situation. She began to see new opportunities to earn money. She received unexpected raises and bonuses at work. She started making smarter financial decisions, and her debt began to decrease. Sarah's financial struggles were replaced by financial abundance, all because she changed her mindset. Sarah's story is a perfect example of how the law of mentalism works. The moment she changed her thoughts about money, she changed her financial reality. She went from feeling stuck in a cycle of scarcity to experiencing a flow of abundance, simply by changing her thinking. This is the power of the law of mentalism. When you choose thoughts of abundance, they create your prosperous life. So how can you begin using the law of mentalism to attract wealth into your life? Here are a few steps you can take. Become aware of your thoughts. Start paying attention to the thoughts you think about money. Are they positive or negative? Do you often think about what you don't have, or do you focus on what you do have? Awareness is the first step in changing your financial mindset. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Once you become aware of your negative thoughts, replace them with positive, empowering beliefs. Instead of thinking, "I'll never have enough," Think money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Instead of thinking, I can't afford it, think I am financially abundant and I can easily create the wealth I need. Affirm abundance daily. One of the most powerful ways to shift your mindset is through affirmations. Every day, say to yourself, I choose thoughts of abundance, and they create my prosperous life. As you repeat this affirmation, feel the truth of it in your heart. Visualize yourself living a life of abundance and prosperity. The more you affirm abundance, the more you will attract it. Visualize your success. Spend time each day visualizing yourself living a life of financial freedom. See yourself making wise financial decisions, paying off debt, saving money, and enjoying the abundance that you deserve. Visualization helps to program your subconscious mind for success. Take inspired action. The law of mentalism does not mean simply thinking about wealth and expecting it to appear. It means aligning your thoughts with your actions. When you change your mindset, take inspired action toward your goal. Trust that the universe will guide you to the right opportunities. Now, I challenge you to take one limiting belief about money and replace it with a belief of abundance. What belief have you been holding on to that has been blocking your financial flow? Perhaps it's the belief that you'll never have enough, or that money is hard to come by. Whatever it is, write it down in the comments and replace it with a positive belief. For example, if your limiting belief is, I can't afford it, replace it with, I have the ability to create all the wealth I desire. Challenge yourself to change one limiting belief and replace it with abundance. Write it in the comments. The more you change your thoughts, the more you will change your reality. Remember, I choose thoughts of abundance, and they create my prosperous life. Wealth manifests in divine timing, not human timing. This principle may challenge the impatient part of us, the part that wants things now, on our schedule, according to our timeline. But the truth is that the universe operates in perfect timing. When we understand this, we release the need for control and allow our abundance to flow naturally, at the perfect moment. The law of divine timing teaches us that our wealth, success, and prosperity come to us when we are ready, when it aligns with our highest good, and when the universe knows we can handle it. Impatience is one of the greatest blocks to receiving wealth. When we feel like things are not happening fast enough, or when we become frustrated with the pace of our financial progress, we create resistance. Impatience is a form of distrust. It's the belief that we need to force things to happen in our time, rather than trusting that the universe is always working for us behind the scenes, in its perfect timing. When we rush the process, when we try to make things happen before their time, we often end up sabotaging ourselves. Whether it's pushing for a promotion when we're not fully prepared, investing in a business venture before the right opportunity presents itself, or worrying about our financial future when we know deep down that the universe is guiding us, these actions come from a place of fear and impatience, not trust. Rushing blocks the natural flow of divine abundance, creating friction that prevents prosperity from entering our lives. Instead, when we trust in divine timing, abundance flows effortlessly. The universe knows when the right opportunities will come your way. It knows when you're ready to receive what is meant for you. Your job is not to rush or force things to happen. Your job is to trust and allow. When you let go of impatience and trust that the universe has a perfect plan for you, your financial life begins to unfold with grace and ease. Consider the example of Emily, a woman who struggled with impatience in her financial journey. Emily had big dreams and high aspirations. She worked tirelessly to grow her business, but no matter how much effort she put in, things never seemed to go as quickly as she wanted. She watched others around her achieve success and wondered why it wasn't happening for her. Her frustration grew as she tried to force things to happen, pushing herself harder and harder, but the results were still slow to come. One day, Emily came across a teaching on divine timing. She realized that her impatience was causing resistance, and that her constant striving was blocking the flow of abundance. Emily understood that if she could trust in the universe's perfect timing, she would stop fighting against the current and allow things to unfold naturally. She decided to release the need for immediate results and began to embrace a mindset of trust. Emily started practicing the affirmation, "I trust in the perfect timing of my divine abundance." Every time she felt the urge to rush or force something, she would pause, take a deep breath, and repeat this affirmation. Slowly, Emily began to feel a sense of peace and patience settle over her. She started to trust that the universe was guiding her, that the right opportunities would come at the right time, and that her wealth was already on its way. As she shifted her mindset, Emily noticed subtle changes. Her business began to attract the right clients. Opportunities appeared at just the right moment, and she found herself in alignment with the flow of abundance. Her impatience had been replaced with trust, and as a result, her financial situation began to improve in ways she had never expected. The more she trusted divine timing, the more her wealth expanded. Emily's story demonstrates the profound impact that trusting divine timing can have on your financial life. When you release the need for control and trust that the universe has a perfect plan for you, abundance can flow freely. You no longer have to force things or rush the process. You simply have to trust that everything is happening for you in its perfect time. This is where the magic of divine timing happens. When you trust the flow, your desires manifest with ease. Opportunities show up when you are ready, not a moment too soon or a moment too late. The universe aligns everything perfectly, but only when you surrender your impatience and trust the process. So, how can you begin to trust divine timing in your own life? Here are a few steps to help you align with this powerful law. Release the need to rush. The first step in trusting divine timing is letting go of the need to control the timeline. Understand that everything happens at the perfect moment. When you stop forcing things and start trusting, you create space for abundance to enter your life. Practice patience. Trusting divine timing requires patience. When you feel impatient or frustrated, remind yourself that the universe is working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything in your favor. Trust that what is meant for you will come at the right time. Affirm divine timing. Use the affirmation, "I trust in the perfect timing of my divine abundance." Say it daily and feel the peace that comes with trusting the universe. Trusting divine timing isn't about passivity. It's about allowing the flow of abundance to work for you. Let go of the need to control the process and watch how the universe supports you. Focus on the present moment. The present moment is where your power lies. Instead of worrying about the future or trying to control when things will happen, focus on what you can do today. Take inspired action. Trust that everything else will unfold in its perfect time, and watch as your wealth begins to grow. Embrace divine timing as a form of divine protection. Sometimes, what we think we want or need is not in our highest good, or we may not be fully prepared to receive it yet. Trusting divine timing is trusting that the universe knows what is best for you. It is protecting you from what is not meant for you and aligning you with the opportunities that will serve your greatest good. Now I invite you to say it with me. I trust divine timing. Feel the release of control and trust that everything is unfolding perfectly for you. The universe is bringing your wealth at the perfect time, and all you need to do is trust the process. Divine timing is not something that happens by accident. It is a divine law that is always at work in your life. When you align with it, you unlock the flow of abundance. Trust that everything you desire is coming to you at the perfect moment, and allow the universe to bring you exactly what you need, when you need it. The more you trust in divine timing, the more effortlessly wealth will flow into your life. No more rushing, no more forcing, just pure trust in the perfect plan that the universe has for you. Let go of impatience, release the need to control, and watch as your abundance begins to manifest in ways that exceed your expectations. The universe is always working for you, and everything is unfolding in divine order. Trust the timing and allow abundance to flow effortlessly into your life. As we come to the end of this journey through the 7 divine laws that govern wealth and prosperity, it's time to reflect on the powerful truths we've explored together. These laws are not just abstract concepts, they are living principles that, when applied, have the power to transform your financial reality. You have within you the ability to align yourself with these divine laws and unlock a life of abundance. Let's recap the 7 laws that can reshape your life. The law of circulation. This law reminds us that wealth is energy that must flow. When you freely circulate your wealth, it returns to you multiplied. When you give, you receive. 2. The law of supply. The universe is limitless, and there is always an abundance of wealth available to you. Scarcity is a mindset, and by shifting your focus, you open yourself to the infinite supply that is ready to flow into your life. 3. The law of expectancy. Expect wealth to come to you. Your belief and anticipation of abundance set the stage for it to manifest. Faith in this law is faith in the universe's ability to deliver on your desires. 4. The law of gratitude. Gratitude is the key to unlocking more wealth. The more you appreciate what you have, the more the universe will provide. Gratitude is the signal you send to the universe that you are ready for more. 5. The law of divine order. Everything is working in perfect order. When you align with divine timing, wealth flows naturally. Trust in the process, and know that everything is unfolding as it should at the right moment. 6. The law of mentalism. Your thoughts create your reality. Your financial situation is a reflection of your mindset. By shifting your thinking to one of abundance, you can attract the prosperity you desire. 7. The law of divine timing. Wealth manifests in divine timing, not human timing. Impatience blocks prosperity, but when you trust that everything comes at the perfect time, abundance flows effortless. Each of these laws holds the key to unlocking a life of financial freedom. The beauty of these divine principles is that they are available to everyone. No matter where you are in your financial journey, no matter how challenging your current circumstances may seem, these laws can work for you. When you apply them with faith and intention, you tap into a higher flow of abundance that goes beyond mere money. It touches every area of your life. Remember, you have the power to control your wealth. The universe is not a random force. It is an intelligent divine order that responds to your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. When you align with these laws, you are not just waiting for wealth to show up. You are actively participating in the creation of your financial reality. You are worthy of abundance. You are deserving of prosperity. You have the ability to create the financial future you desire. And it all starts with choosing to live in alignment with these divine principles. As you move forward, remember to trust the flow of abundance. Keep your mindset focused on wealth. Circulate your energy and resources freely. Live with gratitude for what you have, and expect even greater things to come. Trust the divine timing of your life, and know that everything you desire is on its way to you at the perfect moment. May abundance flow to you in every area of your life. May these laws guide you to a life of financial freedom, joy, and prosperity. As you align yourself with divine principles, you will experience a life far beyond what you ever imagined possible. Now I invite you to share your journey with us. Comment below your favorite law and share how it is transforming your life. Let us know which law resonated most with you and how you plan to implement it in your financial journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual wealth teachings. Your prosperity begins with your mindset, and together we can unlock a life of abundance. Thank you for being a part of this powerful journey. May your wealth, joy, and success multiply exponentially. As we come to the close of this powerful journey together, let us take a moment to offer a blessing and a prayer for all those who are ready to fully embrace the divine laws of prosperity. May you be surrounded by the radiant light of abundance, and may your heart be open to receiving all that the universe has in store for you. May the laws of circulation, supply, expectancy, gratitude, divine order, mentalism, and divine timing guide your every step on the path to financial freedom. May your thoughts always be aligned with prosperity, and may your actions reflect your deepest desires for wealth and success. Know that you are worthy of all the abundance that flows towards you, and may you trust in the perfect timing of the universe as it unfolds your dreams into reality. You are deserving of wealth, of comfort, of peace, and of joy. As you continue on your journey, may you never forget that the power to create the life you desire is already within you. Keep your faith strong, and trust that your financial future is already written in the stars, unfolding exactly as it should. I invite you to join us on this incredible journey to abundance. Share your affirmations, your personal transformations, and your experiences with the laws of prosperity in the comments below. Let us come together to create a community of like-minded individuals who are ready to embrace abundance and help each other rise to new heights. You have the power to manifest your wealth, to live your dreams, and to create the life you've always desired. Now is the time to step into your greatness. So I encourage you to comment below with your affirmations. Share how the divine laws are transforming your life, and let's celebrate the power of these teachings together. Like, share, and subscribe to continue receiving more powerful insights and spiritual wealth teachings that will support you in creating the life of your dreams. Together, let's create a community of abundance, where we lift each other up, inspire growth, and manifest the wealth we deserve. May your path be illuminated with prosperity, and may you always walk in the light of divine abundance. Thank you for being part of this transformative experience.